I wanted to share something really powerful that's happened in my life over the past week. I'm being coached by this really great man named Aaron Kleinerman. He's kind of like an expert in the field of Tantra and men's embodiment. And I've been speaking with him about my relationship with my father, which concurrently, what I'm doing in my life is I'm launching this whole enterprise, this whole business for men called King's Work, which is essentially a transformational ecosystem for men to own their king archetype and step into their sovereignty. And I had this conversation with my dad about a week ago, and I noticed at the beginning of the call, I felt annoyed. And for one of the first times in my life, I actually expressed my annoyance to my dad, and I said what was authentically there for me in my heart. I think it was the most vulnerable I've actually ever been with my dad. And what I said to him was, Dad, our relationship feels very imbalanced. I said, I don't like it that, it feels like I'm the one who's always initiating conversations between us. I'd really like it if you, called me. I'd really like it if you, picked up the phone and called me and expressed interest in me, asked me what's going on in my life. And I noticed as I shared this, it was like this hugely vulnerable moment where I felt very naked, and it was like, damn, I just said that. And my dad took a moment and he said, I'm sorry. He said, I've been selfish. And then he shared with me about some stuff that he's dealing with, and the conversation ended with us talking about a potential project we could work on together, where we're going to take the family dog and basically make it like an AI dog that answers people's questions. And it was cool just to leave that conversation with a potential project, like something I could do with my dad. I haven't really done anything with my dad since I was really young. And so the other day, I think it was yesterday, I'm here in Bali, I'm eating lunch, and my phone rings, and it's my dad calling, and I'm like, what is going on? My dad has called me maybe once in my entire life, just to talk, but he called me and he didn't have an agenda. He just wanted to connect, and he was just sharing. And at some point in the conversation, I said, Dad, I just want to say thank you. I said, this means a lot to me that you just picked up the phone and called me. And so there's something special happening in my relationship with my dad at this point. He sent me this really cool advertisement of this walking stick that you can unscrew and turn into all these different survival tools, a knife, and it's got a fishing lure and fishing line and devices to start a fire. And I wrote him back and I was like, Dad, that's definitely what I want for Christmas. So there's something unique happening in our relationship right now, where it feels like our hearts are opening to each other.